Alright. What's up? It's Prospector Phil, and today I'm gonna talk about a little tip on how you can find more gold. So I like to go to garage sales, antique shops, estate sales, thrift stores. I'm always looking for gold jewelry because it's a lot easier to find the gold jewelry than it is to go dig gold up out of the ground in the mountains. This little pin here, you'll run across stuff like this fairly often. It's not always gold. The way to tell is to look at the back. That one says 10K. Now if it's not gold, it's going to say something like 1/10 of 10K, 1/10. Hold on. But you can see that one, and they're mostly made by the same companies, CTO or whatever it is. Older pins that companies used to give their employees. Some are gold, some aren't gold. But if you've looked at enough jewelry, you're going to run across stuff like this, and some of them will be solid gold. This one's 10 karat gold, minus the pin itself, which isn't. But and most of these are 10 karat gold. So I'm going to share a tip that has made me money, and hopefully it's going to make you money as well. You don't always find these as a pin. They aren't always in this pin form. Once you know what to look for, you're looking for these little pins like this. They usually have different colored stones or some sort of stone on them, not always. So you're looking for something like this, but it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious that's 10 karat gold. A lot of people are going to pick that up. So here's how you make money. You watch for these pins when they aren't in pin form. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. Now this is probably a pewter vase. It's not silver. If you want to see a silver one side by side, this one is sterling. So it's kind of odd to see that on there. But a lot of times what the old timers would do is they would take a pin like this, they would cut the pin part off and then stick it on something else that they liked. I've never actually seen one on a vase before. Somebody actually had to bend this around to form it to get it on there. But what I have seen is a ton of these pins on knife handles, belt buckles, all sorts of different pieces of wood. Sometimes they'll just drill a hole and they'll poke the pin in there and glue it in place. And other times they'll just cut the pin off and then glue it like this right here. Now, every time I've seen these where someone's taken one of these and stuck it on something, it's been solid gold. Now, these aren't always solid gold, but chances are this one is. So we're going to pop it off and see. Let's see, what else have I seen them on? Wallets. People have put them on their wallets. And it's the type of thing that other people will dismiss, because if you just look at this vase, it's like, okay, well, that's just a crappy vase. And this one sticks out really well, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them you don't even notice, or the pin just kind of blends in there. You really, you got to be paying attention. You got to look for it. So let's pop this one off real quick and see. So these are just usually glued on. I looked down inside and I didn't see a pin sticking through, so it's probably just glued right on there, which means we should just be able to get under the edge. Yep, just like that. Awesome. And this is one of the more elaborate ones. I've never actually seen anyone bend them. Usually they'll put them on a flat surface. But look at that. Same company, and yep, right above my thumb there, 10K. That's a gold pin right there. Or it was a pin. Anyway, so there's a quick little tip. You watch for these And people put them on all sorts of different things. You could probably even find some that are I don't know, on handbags or different things. This one looks like a telecom company, AT&T or Ma Bell or something. And there's a chance that that center stone is actually a diamond, which is kind of cool. It's tiny. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to bring very much. But so there you go. There's a quick way to help you find more gold and make more money when you're out and about searching the different places. And that's all there is to it. Just pay attention for these type of pins. Sometimes they're yellow gold, sometimes they're white gold, sometimes they're the two-tone, the white and the yellow gold. And like I said, when you find them in pin form, a lot of times they'll just be plated. It'll say like 1/10 10K. But when I've found them attached to other objects, they've so far always been gold, because people like to take the nice stuff and stick it on something to personalize it and make it their own, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so there you go. Hopefully that'll help you find a little more gold. So just one quick note. Let's see what this weighs. This will give you an idea if it's worthwhile or not, depending on how much that vase or whatever it's attached to is worth. 2.23 grams, 2.24, 2.5. So it's right in there. The stones will take out a little bit of the value. If it's still got the pin on the back. Now this one's a different size, so it's going to be slightly different. Oh wow, that's a big difference actually. Anyway, so this one here attached to our vase, that's probably at just over $1,500 an ounce for gold, so that's around $30 to $35 worth of gold. The stones will take a little bit of that weight off, but so even at 30 bucks, that's a good find right there, because you can usually pick up the stuff that it's attached to for pretty cheap. So good deal. And sometimes they're actually worth more if they're intact. That one's Union Pacific, and that might have some collector value. Anyway, so just a little tip, help you find more gold. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, doop. There we go. All right. So that's it. That's my little tip for today. Just remember, when you're out at thrift stores or garage sales, estate sales, antique shops, whatever, looking for gold and silver jewelry, you don't always find the jewelry in the jewelry. Sometimes it's these little pins or even other little medallions and stuff that's attached to something else. And your competition generally doesn't look for that. They don't think about it. And if you keep your eyes open, you're going to find more gold. You're going to find more silver. And generally it's going to be cheap, because it's just going to be based off of whatever it's attached to. So, so that's that. As always, keep your eyes open and always be on the hunt. That's my little tip for some urban prospecting. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate that. It helps me out. And stay tuned. I'll have more tips and tricks and other interesting, quote unquote, interesting videos coming up. So thanks again.